Most people ask Claude a question and get back an answer, some text, maybe a list, which is fine. It's also about 10% of what it does. Because Claude will also just hand you a working app, not code you have to go run somewhere else, an actual thing on screen that you click. That's artifacts. By the end of this, you'll have built one, put Claude inside it, and put it on the internet with a link. 6 things. What an artifact actually is, building one you'd keep, and prompting it so it comes out right the first time. Then the good one, putting Claude inside your own app, making it permanent and public. And the 5 mistakes that cost people an afternoon. 1. What an artifact actually is. Type this, exactly this. Create a simple interactive tip calculator. That's the whole prompt. Watch the right-hand side. A panel opens, and the app builds itself while you sit there and watch it happen. Here's the part people miss. That is not a picture of a tip calculator. It is a tip calculator. Drag the slider, it does the math. Nobody compiled anything. Nobody opened a terminal. Anthropic's rule of thumb for when this kicks in? When what you asked for is self-contained and something you'd want to keep or edit later. Short answers stay in the chat. Things you'd actually use again become artifacts. 2. Something you'd actually keep. A sales pipeline dashboard. The prompt asks for 3 things. A table of deals, summary cards across the top, and a button to add a new one. And it hands over 8 rows of sample data, right there in the prompt. That matters more than it sounds like it does. An empty app looks broken. The same app with data in it looks like a product. Add a lead. Change a deal size. The cards along the top recalculate on their own. Nobody wired that up. It just understood that's what summary cards are for. Now, the bit that makes this feel different from writing software. You don't need to know what anything is called. You just name what you can see. Make the summary cards bigger and add a win rate percentage. That's the entire instruction. Not a function name, not a file. The thing on the screen, describe the way you'd describe it to a person. 3. The prompt is the whole job. Same tool, 2 prompts. Make me a dashboard. And you do get a dashboard. It builds. It works. It's fine. It's just not yours. It's somebody's idea of a dashboard, full of numbers that came from nowhere. The other prompt named the columns, named the stages, and handed over 8 real rows. That one came back as your pipeline. 3 things in every good artifact prompt. What it is, what data it holds, what you can do with it. And then the other half, 1 change at a time. Ask for a color change, a new column, and an extra card in one message, and you'll get all 3, roughly. Ask for them 1 at a time and you'll get all 3, exactly. It's slower for about 90 seconds and faster for the rest of the afternoon. Quick pause before the best one. If you've already got more out of this than you expected, do me a favor and hit subscribe. That's the thing that tells me people actually want this stuff, and it's what decides whether I keep making it. 1 click and it costs you nothing at all. Cheapest thing in this entire video by a wide margin. Okay, chapter 4. This is where it stops being a neat trick and starts being useful. 4. Putting Claude inside the thing you just built. Up to now, the app only does what it was told. This is where it stops being that. The prompt. Add an Ask AI panel that can answer questions about the deals in this table. It rebuilds itself. Now there's a box sitting next to your data. Ask it which deals are stalling. It reads your actual rows, not a guess, your rows, and tells you which ones. Then ask it to draft a follow-up to the oldest untouched lead. And here I want to be honest with you about something. It told me it had written the email. There was no email. It just said there was. So I told it that. No email appeared. And then it wrote one, a real one, built from the row it had been looking at. I'm leaving that in because that is the actual skill. Read what comes back. If it's wrong, say so. It fixes it. You did not connect an API. You did not go and get a key. You typed a sentence. Underneath, Claude wrote 1 line of code that calls Claude. You will never see it, and that is entirely the point. Now the part that actually matters, and almost nobody mentions it. When you send this to somebody else, and they use that panel, they sign in with their own Claude account. And Anthropic's wording is, Their usage counts against their subscription, not yours. You pay nothing for their usage. No keys to manage, no bill that grows because the thing you built got popular. Which means you can hand this to your entire team and it costs you exactly what it cost you before you sent it. Nothing. 5. Making it real. And the order here matters more than you'd expect. Publish first, then turn on saving. Do it backwards and nothing saves, and you'll spend an hour convinced it's broken. Here's the actual rule. Storage only works on a published artifact. Before you publish, saving quietly does nothing at all. No error, no warning, it just doesn't. So, open the artifact, hit the 3-dot menu in the corner, and choose Publish Artifact. A box opens called Share Artifact. Publish to Web is already selected. One button, Publish and Copy Link. And it's live, and the link is on your clipboard. Read that box before you click it though. Publish to Web means anyone with the link, and it tells you right there that your artifact may show up in search engine results. So this is not where you put your actual customer list. Now ask for saving. Keep the leads so they're still here when I come back. And here's the part that confused me for a solid 10 minutes. Add a lead on the Claude side, the panel you've been building in, and it does not reach your live page because that panel is still a draft. The published link is the real thing. Add a lead there, refresh it, and it's sitting right where you left it. The preview is where you build it. The link is where it lives. Ask for a save indicator while you're in there, a little light that goes green when a change is stored. You don't really trust silent saving until you've watched it confirm. 2 limits worth knowing upfront. 20 megabytes per artifact, and text only. No images, no files. And you get to choose whether that storage is private to each person using it, or shared across everybody. Now the link itself. Open it in a private window, signed out, like a stranger would. The dashboard loads. Anyone with the link can use it, no sign up. But click Ask AI, and it asks them to sign in. That is not a bug, that's the billing thing from 2 minutes ago doing its job. The app is free for anyone to open. The AI inside it runs on whoever's using it. One caveat before you go looking. Saving needs Pro, Max, or a teen plan. And in that same box, there's a share with your team option if you're on a team plan. That one keeps it inside your company instead of out on the open web. 6. 5 ways to waste an afternoon so you don't have to waste one. 1. The vague prompt. We covered it. Say what's in the thing. 2. Stacking 5 changes into one message. One at a time, every time. 3. Expecting saving to work before you've published. It won't, and it won't tell you. 4. And this one is permanent. If you unpublish an artifact, you can't publish that same one again. Not later, not ever. You have to build a new one. And unpublishing wipes everything it had saved. So don't go tidying up your old links on a Friday afternoon. 5. Looking for the Artifacts tab on your phone. It isn't there. This is a desktop and web thing for now. So that's the whole thing. A working app from one sentence, real data in it, edit it by pointing at it, Claude running inside it, published, saving, sitting on a link, and other people's usage isn't your bill. Your one job tonight, go build the tip calculator. It takes a minute, and it's the entire idea in miniature. Subscribe if you want the rest of these, and the free group where I drop every prompt from these videos is linked below. And if you want help setting this up for your business, that is what I do every single day. I help people like you integrate AI into their business. So reach out, systemprompt.co. The link is right below. And if you want the other half of this, the one where you do open the terminal, that's Claude Code Basics. It's already up there. I'll see you in that one.